God, this is some sad news, man. Paradox cancels Life by You. This is right from their forum page. Hello, everyone. Here is a message from our Deputy CEO, Matthias Leija. Quote, hi all. Sadly, we've decided to cancel the release of our long-awaited life sim, Life by You. This was an incredibly difficult call to make, and it is a clear failure on Paradox's part to meet both our own and the community's expectations. We realize this raises some large questions. Here we hope to shed at least some light on why we opted to cancel rather than delay, as we communicated earlier. Life by You has been in the works for a long time, and we've been very excited about the promise and the potential of the game. Our hope was always that it would be able to leave a mark in this exciting new genre for us. That's why we've opted to delay it twice, to give the studio and the game a fair shot at realizing the potential we saw. For each delay we made, we've seen incremental improvements, which in hindsight may well have led us to focus on details rather than the whole picture. A few weeks back, we decided to hold off on early access release in order to reevaluate Life by You, as we still felt that the game was lacking in some key areas, though in time extensions was an option. Once we took that pause to get a wider view of the game, it became clear to us that the road leading to the release that we felt confident about was far too long and uncertain. This is not to say the game has not shown any promising qualities. Life by You had a number of strengths and the hard work of the dedicated team that went into realizing them. However, when we come to a point where we believe that more time will not get us close enough to the version we would be satisfied with, then we believe it is better to stop. This is obviously tough and disappointing for everyone who poured their time and enthusiasm into this project, especially when our decision comes so late in the process. At the end of the day, our job is to release games that are fun, interesting, and challenging for our players, and our every decision should be taken with a purpose in mind. When we get that right, we earn our pay. So, how do we ensure that we don't find ourselves here again? Honestly, there is no real guarantees. Games are difficult to get right, and we'll definitely make mistakes, which, as these things go, always become painfully apparent in hindsight, but still shouldn't reach this kind of magnitude regardless. We have taken a long and hard look at what led us here and see what changes we have to make to become better. In the end, our mission remains the same, and we'll continue to take whatever steps we need to just that. Sincerely. Dude. They said it right there, man. Games are tough. At the end of the day, Scott, games are tough. Sometimes it doesn't pan out. The road ahead looked like it was too far out to keep delaying the game, pouring money into to make the fix.
Oh, it's very unfortunate, and it's a sad day to all these people who put the time into that game, of course. But yeah. I have to respect the mature decision to look at it as a whole and make that call before it ends up sinking the company or we end up losing people out of this. And it's an unfortunate situation, but was Life by You ready to compete with the likes of The Sims? And that's a very, very tall order.
Yeah, that's a huge order, right? The Sims have been around for decades. How do you compete with them? I don't know if you can, or you just take a little piece of the pie. You have to have something fresh, something new, something exciting. And it didn't sound like Life by You was enough of any of that to compete with the whole market that's already been capitalized on by The Sims.
No, it's very unfortunate, but all we can hope for is that some lessons were learned and some good, valuable experience was gained out of this.
Well, I also appreciate the fact that they came in and said, games are tough. We already knew that. We're going to make mistakes moving forward. How do we fix this from happening again? There are no guarantees, right? There is nothing that says, hey, this game is going to sell you millions. Congrats. Dude, it doesn't work that way. Every time Insomniac puts out a new game, whether it's Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, or now Wolverine that they're working on, and whatever's next, dude, they're terrified, right? What if this doesn't hit the mark? We spend all this millions and millions of dollars, and then it doesn't hit? Then what do you do, right? Every studio fears this. We've seen it crumble over the years after one studio after another tries to put out a new game, a new IP, and it's something that they can't really bank on. And Life by You is a brand new IP, and then Paradox is like, yo, This isn't working. It sucks. I feel bad for the developers who spent years, blood, sweat, and tears to get all this done, just to have the game canceled. Hopefully the next project, though, is much better, man. And it works out and it pays off and people love it. That's the idea, right? Fun games.
Oh, absolutely. And hopefully somebody can stand against the Sims eventually. If it's not Paradox, maybe somebody at some point will threaten them.
We'll see. Time will tell. Stick around. It's ITG. Dude, let me back this up. Stick around. It's ITGTV.com.